Cristo.
Happy Aloha!
There you go. I just
You
wanted
good?
to hear how good
Okay.
it is.
Welcome back to another episode of INCRadio Hub by You Pacific. I am one of your co-hosts for this evening. One of your hosts for this evening. Sorry, we are a bit late, but we're still here, ready to rock and roll, just like Brother Josh has said.
Did I say that?
Huh?
Did I say that?
Yeah, you did.
I did say that. Oh.
But thank you for tuning in. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. And as I said, I'm not alone. I have two. I have one. I have people right next to, lovely people right next to me. I will introduce the sister later, but I will let this brother, introduce himself. Brother.
I gotta fix my hair so I look good. Good morning, good evening, and a very, very good evening again. Time check. It is 10:11 p.m. already. We are so sorry for letting you wait, but we appreciate your patience. You're already here. Look at you, liking, commenting down. There are 58 people watching right now, but I know we can get that number higher.
62.
But the 62, see, you guys already did it, and you can't even hear this part of the playback yet because it's like a delay, right? In the
Oh yeah,
video.
that's right.
But again, welcome to INCRadio Hawaii Pacific. Just in case you forgot my name, I'm Brother Joshua Galang. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you. It's been a month. I think it's been 1 month or a whole month ever since I last hosted radio.
Has it been a while?
I think so.
Oh yeah, because I hosted at home.
Yes, you hosted 2 shows
I
in a
know,
row.
I'm pretty cool.
Thank you so much for holding it down for radio, especially having it in Maui.
Yeah, I think that's a nice change.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a change of scenery.
Change of scenery, yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And yeah, it's great to be back.
Yeah,
You know,
I have new hair.
we have new hair. Let's see the new hair. Show it off. Wow, there
It's
you go.
short.
Hold on. I
It's
have
summer.
I have the zoom. Oh, it's summer vibes. Okay, here you go. We're gonna transition. Do it one more time.
Oh.
She
No,
doesn't. She
shy.
doesn't. No, now you're shy. That's okay. We can do it
It's
later
okay,
on in the
enough
show.
about me, enough about me.
Yeah, because the show isn't about us.
Never.
Who is it about, Sister Janae?
I don't. It's about this sister right here sitting right next to me.
It's only about this sister
Yeah.
next to you. It's actually, we're not INCRadio Hawaii, so we're INCRadio, this sister next to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New title.
That's title.
But
Welcome.
sister, I actually forgot to tell you this. Pre-show.
Ooh.
So please forgive me for that.
Mm,
But please say your name, look how you're from. That's important.
that is important.
Yeah. And then a fun fact about yourself. Also, let's do a fun fact about ourselves too,
Ooh.
because we did that in Maui.
All right. That's great.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Sister Keani, and I'm from the locale of Eva Beach.
Woohoo!
Eva Beach.
I've only been in Eva Beach for like a year and a half, but she's looking at me, guys. No, Eva Beach all the way.
Side eye right there. She's like this.
And a fun fact about me is that I am left-handed.
Wow.
I am.
That's
All
interesting. We need a pen and paper right now. Where? That's okay.
Do you drive with your left foot?
Are you
I'm
left
thinking
footed?
about it, I'm like, do I?
No, because I thought my
Do you
friend
steer with your
who
left
was
hand or right hand?
I steer with my left.
Ooh, what are you saying?
No, because I thought my friend who was also left-handed, I thought because you know how you have the gas.
The right.
I thought she did that with her left hand. Yeah, anyways, Brother
That's
Josh,
so
what
interesting.
is your fun fact? Thank you, by the way. And it is so lovely to have.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yes, you're welcome. Okay. I don't know what a fun fact. My fun fact is that I haven't hosted radio in a month.
Oh, I guess that's.
Oh, another one. I gotta tell you guys this because I was telling this to Brother Jandel. Brother Mel and Jen.
Shout out.
Shout out to you, bro. We have these barong shirts. Barong shirts. We have these barong that a friend bought us, or the game bought us. And when we first got it, I was more heavy set, and the shirt didn't fit. Later on, I got even heavier, and the shirt would not. You know what I mean? And when I perform DMM, I like to wear my barong. And there was a point where I couldn't what's in the shirt, and I had to suck it in the entire time just so it can be what's in there. Now it's kind of weird. I'm gonna stand. Now,
Wow, we never stand.
yeah, I know it. Even when I go like this, that's weird. I'm sorry. My apologies. It doesn't go to where it was before, and I'm so happy about it.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
have you been doing?
I've been doing more laborious work, and
Big word.
laborious. I have a Labrador. That's why.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been doing a lot more labor work, and my diet has been a little bit better. Decided to put more moderation in my food, and yeah, just that.
cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
very cool. Your fun fact, sister.
Um,
That is a great fun fact. I really like that fun
I
fact.
do not have a fun fact.
You don't. Anything fun
You do have
about?
fun facts.
Yo, yeah, see.
Every fact is fun.
Ooh,
Ooh,
is that the teacher
that's
talking?
a fun fact.
That's
Oh,
teacher talk.
it's
Yeah.
a motivational teacher's speaking. I don't know what my fun fact is. What have I been doing? Oh, a fun fact. I guess I've been cooking a lot lately.
Ooh,
Yeah, I've been making a lot of Korean side dishes.
Korean
Ooh.
side dishes.
I know I'm.
That actually is really cool. What kind of Korean side dishes do
I
you make?
made the fish cake one,
You've
the
made the
spinach
fish cake one, the
the
spinach one,
bean sprouts
the
one.
bean sprout ones.
Yeah,
How do
that
you make
was
that?
super good.
That I
It's
always
super
love those
easy.
ones. Really?
Yeah, you boil it, add stuff, and you're home.
Wow. What is the
Finish.
stuff? I think that's how you make food in general.
Add stuff to it.
Yeah, you add stuff
Add
and how?
love. You gotta
Add love.
add love.
I
in
think that's the
cooking.
most important part.
Yeah, but
That's
I've
what
been
I'm
cooking
saying.
a lot lately. I made mapo tofu.
Mapu tofu? You
Yeah.
mop the tofu?
Yeah,
You
I
mop 'em.
mop everything.
Yes, sir.
Mop 'em up.
Oh.
That means you eat everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my fun fact.
That was a very cool fun fact.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Moving on though into our topic.
We are moving on to the next
Also, don't
topic.
forget to comment down your hashtags. Hashtag
Hmm.
EWA.
Hashtag WPH if you're from Waipahu. But if you're from the District of Hawaii Pacific, put WPH as well. Yeah, yeah. Because W stands for West, P, and then H is just H because
Oh.
Hawaii.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
He stands for puh.
Oh, I actually have another fun fact.
Yeah.
A lovely sister of mine. Forget the cooking. I'm going to grad school.
Wow,
That's my fun fact.
that's
Yeah.
great. Did you take the test already?
Yes.
I mean, you did, right? What was it called again?
Get the GRE.
The GRE.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not fun,
I
you know. It's $228.
Wow. And how long was it?
It was an hour and a half, and I was falling asleep.
I bet.
Yeah, I had to drive and be at school by 9.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And traffic.
Yeah, traffic wasn't too bad though, because school was out. It was after
True.
graduation.
True. Hey. So you took the test, and I think you mentioned before that you get a certain score, and if you get that certain score, then you get.
Yeah, we don't talk about the score.
Ooh, all right. All right. Anyway, as
I
long
did
as you're
average.
in,
I did average, and as long as we got through it,
I think that's the main point. Because,
and I actually got the official letter.
wow.
Your
What does it say? Your average score.
I got the official acceptance letter.
Wow, into graduate school. Ooh,
Yeah, so there's no turning back.
there isn't.
I'm here for another 2.5 years, guys.
So fun.
I'm just joking. Yeah,
So fun. What is
I'm in Emma Beach. So catch me there.
hashtag EWA.
hashtag WPH?
Okay, sorry. It's been a while.
It has. Since I said WPH, hashtag WPH. There you go.
Anyways,
Let's go into our
Um,
topic.
yes.
Yeah.
So, Sister Keani here.
Yes, Sister.
Please tell us about your job and what you do and what your day to day is.
I am a 3rd grade teacher out
Ooh.
on the Waianae coast.
Why not?
Waianae,
Waianae.
yeah.
Deep West
Nice.
Side. Wow.
So the school that I work at is actually really close to the Miami Chapel.
Hmm.
Like a couple blocks down. Yeah. And then my day to day is pretty pretty standard teacher stuff. Welcome the kids,
Yeah.
get them ready for the day, teach them the reading, the writing, that. And then we
All
do some fun
subjects.
stuff. All subjects, yeah.
Wow.
Master of all trades.
Period.
She's not even
Sorry, not a master. My
not
bad.
jack of all trades. She's master of all trades.
I meant jack of all trades.
That's okay. But you know the whole quote of jack of all trades?
What is
You know how it's like jack of all trades, master of none?
Yes.
But typically is better than a master of one.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's the whole quote.
Yeah.
One.
Master of one. I mean, definitely better than a master of none, you know?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. So third grade teacher.
Third grade teacher. So when I first started my my teaching career, I started as a kindergarten teacher, and then I moved as a second grade teacher, and now I'm a third grade.
Wow, you're so
Wow.
smart. You
Movement.
skipped the grade.
Yeah,
So you stayed in the elementary.
I did stay in the elementary.
What made you wanna?
I just stay in the elementary setting.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the younger ages.
Mm.
I think I have more patience for that age.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Would
That
you ever
age
go to middle
group.
school?
But you know what? I
Middle school?
applaud
Oh.
the teachers, the middle school teachers. I applaud
Still a round of
them.
applause for the middle school
They
teachers.
work very hard.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You have more patience for the kids. Why do you feel like you have more patience for the kids?
I think it's more because, especially on that side, there's a lot of demographics that are, I guess, a factor to it. You know, low income, middle income type of thing, and so they come from homes that aren't always the best homes, and so when they come to school, my colleague actually told me that the students who don't feel loved at home come to school to feel loved.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the patience is there, like understanding the student as a whole and not just, you know, sometimes they act out and you have to remind yourself that it's not a you thing. Like it's mostly probably just a projection of what might be going on outside of the school setting.
Yeah. And plus, I feel like they're also learning how to.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's
Yeah.
important to teach you and having that patience. Teach the kids to know that these emotions
Are okay.
Yeah, and I
Mm.
see that patience.
It really does. Yeah. I think the social emotional aspect of it is a big part of not just, you know, like it's not just teachers teaching the content, like the reading and the writing, right? It's more so teach them how to be a part of a community.
Oh, I like that.
That's what I'm talking about. You know, every time that we have a teacher on, this is the part that I
Yes.
want to get to. Teaching, like going beyond the subject that you teach. What do you teach the kids that is not a curriculum in the school?
The social emotion. Well, for me in my classroom, management is a big one. The kids really thrive on structure. And so every day the routine is always changing. It's like really rare for anything to change. And if there are any changes that are happening, I make sure to let them know ahead of time so they have time to prepare. Because I've noticed that, especially at that age when it's like so chaotic, if you change something really last minute, they're like, what's going on? What's happening? I've learned that part of it.
Mm. What does their routine look like, and how did you build that structure?
That's a question. Let me back my brain a little bit.
There you go. She's thinking about
Thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of just, again, patience.
Mhm.
Because especially in the beginning of the school year, they're starting to get to know you. They're getting to know their classmates, getting to know the school and everything that's going to come with it. And it's really just repetition and repetition. Sticking to a routine, making sure that you are giving expectations in a very step by step manner.
Mm.
So that's the way that we understand. Sorry, the way that we understand instructions are very different from like how the kids understand instructions. Like I could tell you like 5 things and you understand every single one, but for
I
them,
already forgot all of it.
you're like, okay, we're gonna do this first. Oh wait, are we done? Okay, now we're gonna do this one. So it's very like,
Yeah.
and then we slowly build on that.
Is that something that you knew from the get-go?
Oh
Right.
gosh,
Because
no.
you went to college, right, to get your
I did.
So, and you did what? So teaching.
Yes.
Sure. Was that something that you learned from the get-go, or like, is that something that you wish you knew
That was
during your
definitely
first year of teaching?
definitely something I wish I knew. Going to school, they teach us a lot more about the lesson planning and not so
Oh.
much about how to run a classroom. They teach us how to run a lesson, but we don't really get into the depth of like knowing the students and how to run the routines and how to do all of those things. A lot of it is based on like curriculum stuff. So
Also,
going
is that-
into my first year of teaching, it was definitely a wake up call of okay, I need to do this, I need to do this, I have to make sure I'm being present with them. Yeah, it was definitely a lot to learn.
Because I don't know. I have a couple friends in what is that called?
Education.
For education. Sorry, like
Education, yeah.
doing like going to college for education and
Mhm.
whatnot. That's how the classes go. Like it's just all lesson planning.
A lot of it is, yeah. We get our hours in. We're like in the classroom, but a lot of what they're looking for is how we run like classroom management and stuff. But I've had to learn how to manage their emotions. Like as an adult talking to a student.
Yeah, this is very,
Yeah, it's very different.
Yeah, and how do you translate that to convey adult emotions to make it more understandable for kids?
I always like to tell the students that it's okay to have big feelings. I feel like a lot of the time,
Not even the child.
they feel bad about being angry or being sad. And I tell them like it's okay to be angry, it's okay to be sad. And I feel like they don't hear that a lot from an adult perspective. And I think too, I'm also very raw with my emotions in front of them, and I think they enjoy seeing that. Where it's like I would tell them like, okay, I'm getting a little frustrated, so I'm gonna take a quick break. Give me 5 minutes, and I will be back with you.
I like that you do
Yeah.
that.
So they know that like if they need a break, they can take a break too.
And I feel like that'll help them when they're older
Yes.
because it'll necessarily not tell the person like I'm mad at someone. It'll tell the person like, okay, I'm not, or like if they're ever receiving that treatment from someone else,
Yes.
they won't be like, okay, they're not mad at me.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Good one, huh?
That's a really good one.
I like to think that that's like my role as a teacher is not just to teach, but also to be a role model of how to have healthy emotions.
Yeah, there you go. That reminds me of a quote. Not really a quote, it's just like what someone said, which is a quote, I guess you could say. The question was, how do you teach kids that? How do they have adult emotions? I don't know what the exact question was. They said, you can't teach a kid just by talking to them. You have to teach them by showing them.
Showing them,
And
Yeah,
the
lead by
best way to show
example.
them is leading by example,
Yeah.
being that role model. I really like that. So showing that when you feel that your emotions are overbearing, that you can step back. That means it's also safe for them to step back.
Yes.
I like
And I think that's the part where they get a little bit nervous, right? Because they look at adults as an authority figure, and there's that like break in connection between I'm the authority figure and you're the student. But for them to see like, oh, my teacher also gets these emotions, so maybe it is okay for me to feel like this sometimes.
Oh, I love that transparency. So, sorry.
Really good. I'm sorry.
Ask the next question.
No, please. I didn't
No,
know
you
what
can
question.
do it. You can do it.
What
I've
question
been
are we
going at
on
it.
right now? We started with question number 1 and the sub question, and then we just went off. But I really like
I
that.
kind of asked that.
Did
I'm
you?
sorry.
We did do that one, yes.
Kind of.
You did speak about that along with that first year of teaching. You said you've been teaching
3
for 3 years.
Yeah.
That's correct. Because kindergarten, second grade, because
And
you're
now
too smart
third.
for first grade, and then you went to third grade.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you. There's especially when you first start something, what was that perception that you had first starting teaching And then after 3 years, how do you look at teaching?
Oh gosh. I was really nervous. My first year teaching was I actually didn't start at the beginning of the school year. So I had taken over for a teacher who had left in the middle of school year.
Oh,
Yeah, so I didn't get to know the kids from the beginning. I kind of just was thrown into the deep end and was like, okay, swim. There was a lot of things that I didn't know. And I think at that point, because I was fresh out of college, and I was a little nervous to ask questions and to ask for support because I didn't want to be looked at as like a, oh, she doesn't know what she's doing. Why is she here? I feel like I didn't belong. And so over the years, I think I've gotten more comfortable with being okay that I don't have all the answers and that I'm not experienced with everything. And that there are people that I can reach out to in my at school, my coworkers who are more seasoned than I am. And it actually makes me feel good because they don't come to me with like, why don't you know this? What's wrong with you? Right? They're like, oh yeah, let me help you. And yeah, I have all the resources that you need here. They're very helpful and like open arms. And I think that part of it I've gotten a lot more comfortable with, like being okay with not knowing all the answers. Yeah.
I like that. That's very, very good. And I feel like that kind of answered our third question. But do you think that it's worth asking that question to see what else it could spark in your brain? I think it's worth.
I kind of went blank.
That's okay. Sometimes we're just like that.
Because, I feel like, oh man, because you said something along the lines of, it's okay. So basically, it's okay to not know everything.
It's okay to not know everything. Yes.
Yeah,
yes. Even after 3 years, because I have coworkers that have been teaching 20 plus years, and I look to them as my mentor. Right?
Yeah, and just like the title, it's learning as we go. So.
Learning as we
I
go.
know, I said that. Sorry, I'm just boosting my own ego.
Good job.
No, but I really, because you're never gonna know. No one's gonna be perfect, right?
Yes.
And to like, you know what I mean?
No, I agree 100%. Well, just like when we first start, or even way later on, we're not going to be perfect at what we do. We're not going to know exactly how to do it because, especially when teaching, it's a very, I don't know the exact word, but the situations, the circumstances, are variable. Does that make sense?
Yeah. The learning curve.
Learning curve, yes. I'm speaking more so about how the kids are, what their backgrounds are, and the whole classroom, or the classroom as a whole. It's different with each grade, with each year, with each kid. So it's not always going to be the same.
Right. Every year is always different. That's always different. Always keeps me on my toes.
Right. Right.
Oh, I bet. Especially if they're
a lot of emotions during that time.
Man, you answered all the questions without even having to ask.
I know, right? That's
my teacher brain.
Whoa.
No, she has the answer. She has the question.
She was like, "You're gonna ask this question, but I'm just gonna answer this question instead."
I'm just joking. She's gonna give me the side eye again.
Yeah, just like in the beginning, like when you're like, "I won't have been a part of every week for a year and a half." You're like, excuse me.
Anyways,
No, I feel like we can keep talking
okay.
about. I there's a question that I had regarding teaching, but I forget. Oh, when we were growing up, hopefully a lot of us had those teachers or faculty staff that we looked up to. What were those qualities of those people in your time, and how do you want to portray that to kids?
That is such a great question because I've actually thought about this a lot. So when I was younger, I always wanted to be a teacher. It was a big dream of mine. And I really feel like this is one of my biggest accomplishments in my life because I finally get to be what I wanted to be. And like you said, with my teachers that I had, a lot of their qualities were like just, very personable, easy to approach. And one of my biggest ones was my 8th grade math teacher. I did not like math. I was really bad at math. And I got to the point where I wasn't good at it. So I didn't want to try anymore. Because I thought, I didn't know it. I don't need it. And my math teacher, she pushed me. She made sure like I did what I needed to do. Even if I had given up on myself and my ability, she saw something in me. And for that, I'm like forever grateful. And that's what I want to produce my kids. Like, you can do it. You can. Like, if you don't believe in yourself, then I will believe enough for the both of us.
Ooh.
Oh, where were you when I needed you? Man.
Wow.
I think I need an Auntie Keani. I already have an Auntie Keani in my life. What am I saying? I feel like kids nowadays really, because sometimes it's hard. Like, again, you don't know what's going on.
Right.
And sometimes these kids, like you said in the very beginning, school is what they look forward to.
A lot of
And they rely on school, especially if they don't have to at home, just the bare minimum.
Yeah.
And, hearing that, like, you also had a teacher that, like, I guess and stuff like that. And, like, and now knowing that you are a teacher yourself now, it's super inspiring to see that you're carrying on that tradition.
I hope so. Yeah. Thank you. I know.
I'm trying to search up on the web what you spoke about. It was talking about the belief in you. It's like if you don't believe in yourself, then I'll believe, for the both of us.
Yeah.
There was another one where it reminded me of a play that a certain actor, was a very famous actor, and he played a role in that play, and it spoke exactly like that. Where it's, I don't know how to describe it. It was the shortened version, or the best paraphrase I can give, is he believed in me before I was even born.
Oh,
You know that one?
I know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that one before, but I like that one.
Yeah.
Kids sometimes. I mean, I can't see kids, but sometimes you need that person. I'm not gonna go any further than that to get you home. Anyway.
But there was another video that reminded me of that quote. From that quote, reminds me of another one where it says, "Wow, now I'm just forgetting everything now."
Forgetting everything. Sorry, y'all.
They said to this other person, maybe you've seen that video. They said, "I'm gonna be someone someday." That's what they said to that person. The person goes up to them, puts their hand on their shoulder, and says, "You're somebody right now."
Go on.
I like that. Yeah. Instead of I I feel like I want to be someone someday. I feel like that kind of puts a negative connotation.
That you're nobody right now.
Yeah. But basically, you are someone. You're still managing. You're still here. Yeah. You're already someone. Just improving yourself.
Yeah. Absolutely. A perspective change that people have, especially when it comes to trying to reach success. Instead of viewing it as I'm nobody, or it's not, we'll roll with that I'm nobody, that I'm not a somebody yet. A lot of people, or some people, have that perspective instead, that this is my origin story, that this is the story that I'm going to tell people in the future. I'm going to tell them about my struggle. I'm going to tell them about what I've gone through. Instead of like, this part's unimportant. This is such an important. Because this is you growing. This is you learning as you go.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I just wanted to say that. But yes, thank you, Sister Keani, for being here on the show today. I really love that topic and how you immediately went into the meat portion that I wanted to talk about. You read my mind.
Do you have any shout outs?
Yeah.
Shout out. Like
Hey, shout out to you.
Shout out to my mom. Shout out to your mom.
Right.
Shout out to my mom. She's waiting in the car downstairs right now.
Shout out, mom.
Shout out to my brother and my dad.
Shout out, brother and dad.
Shout out, shout out.
Shout out of a beach.
Of a beach. Shout out to Kadan.
Hashtag
Shout out to
CWA.
Kadan.
Shout out to
Shout out to Brandon, Kadan.
Shout out to all of you.
all of
Yeah, all of you, all of us.
Ooh.
all of you, all of us. Anyways, do you have any shout out for the Josh?
Shout out to my mom and dad who came through today. I really appreciate you. I love you. I miss you. Shout out to Gadan as well. I just saw you. Shout out to Kaking.
Oh, I just saw
Shout out
him.
to Koro. You just saw Kaking
Yeah.
as well? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kanoni as well. Shout out to JB. Shout out Waipahu. The Kadiwas. Remember, we have our thing this weekend. Okay, I'll see you there on Sunday. Yeah. Shout out my boys. Anyway, shout out the entire church. INC. Here we go. Do you have any?
Shout out to my friends, far and wide.
Ooh,
Far meaning Maui and
Wide
meaning
meaning?
Maui. I'm just joking.
as far as Maui and as wide as Maui.
But shout out to them. You know, I miss them. I mean, of course I have friends here. Don't get me wrong. But I miss you guys, and I hope to catch up with you guys soon.
That's what I'm
Thanks
talking
for loving me.
about.
I don't know.
There you go. Snap. I wanted to bring up something about Maui. Where I work is right next to Maui. And at one of the job sites, we call it the drone tent. And it's a ginormous tent. It's like a football length
Tent?
It's a huge tent. They call it the big top. The big top tent where they have like the circuses. That's that. Oh, it's a brand. I'm sorry, not sponsored. Anyway.
Oh, the red and white one.
No. I mean, yes, maybe that is what they produce, but it's the brand.
Sorry,
is
my
called Big
picture
Top.
came out of
That's
that.
okay. Oh, what? The red and white one. But
What are you talking? Wait, so
it's just a huge tent, and I'll show
Okay.
you guys a picture later on. However, that's not the point. The place where the tent is, right next to it, if I look to my right, if I imagine it in my mind palace, look to my right, there is Maui. And it was a
I love
clear
that.
day,
Oh,
clouds just right at the peak of Haleakala. I could see clouds
I
right
love
underneath
that.
it. And the sun was shining so brightly that the observatory was shining in my eye.
oh, I love that.
And I was looking at it, and I was like, that's so
Maui no
cool.
koi, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Maui what?
Maui no koi.
Anyway.
I miss you guys. Shout out to Karayan and Ate CJ.
Shout out Karayan at the CJ. Miss you guys.
And baby
Jinx?
Enzo.
Baby Enzo.
There,
Oh,
yeah.
so adorable. We saw them at the Tagisan ng Felino.
Oh,
So cute. Anyway, thank you again, Sister Keani. Thank you, Sister
Thank you for doing
Janae.
that.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone that's tuning in, listening, commenting, liking, sharing, hashtagging WPH specifically. Look at that. They were like, what? that was why I want WHA. Anyway, I think we're ready to close the show. What do you think?
Yeah.
That's right. Our upcoming activities, ask your resident minister, ask your resident worker, or any of the CFO officers, and we'll be glad to tell you all of those details. But now, the thing that we want to say is a special thanks to these special people because they allow us to have shows like this where we talk story. We can speak about career. We can speak about how we're left-handed. We can speak about other things and the big emotions that we feel during our show as well. And that wouldn't be possible without these people. So shout out to our executive minister, Brother Eduardo Vimanalo. Also shout out to our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Erano Vimanalo. We want to give a special thanks to our District Minister, Brother Jem H. Baitan, our Assistant District Minister, Brother Adora Apostol, our CFO Overseer, special thanks as well to Brother Israel Brandon Pacheco, and to all of the ministers, ministry workers, along with their families. Thank you folks so much for always supporting us here on INC Radio Hawaii Pacific. But that is all for us this evening. Thank you again for your patience. And we hope that you have patience again because 1 week later is when we'll have another INC radio show. So all we can say is good night. We love you. Aloha and good night again. Bye.
Water.
Wash your feet.